Hello everyone and welcome to round 4 of the season for tier 4 season 4 of GSR. We're back here at the Bahrain International Circuit and I'm joined by Map Racer today, GSR Chilly. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you? Just happy to be here.
Doing good, glad to have you. Glad to have you. So let's go over some of the tier 4 season and kind of go over what's gone on so far. So, just give me a second. Let me pull up the Twitch stream first. In fact, because need to check the chat. Need to check everything that's going on there quickly before all that goes on. Let's see. Nobody watching yet, but tier 4 season so far. Yeah, I see someone watching now, but tier 4 season so far. You have a very interesting first 4 races. Britain was a rain race. Evil Matrix took the win. That was back-to-back Britain wins for him. Alpe took a win Hungary, and that had a crazy finish. Last lap, 3rd to 1st for him. And Azerbaijan Stevie Cat took a win after a late race safety car. He took advantage of that and took the win in that one. So heading into Bahrain, race 4 of 15 of the season. From the 3 races you saw already, what are you expecting? And I just want to go over the points quickly. The top 3, Stevie Cat leading it, Alpe about 5-6 points behind, and Evil Matrix about a good 11 points behind what conducted behind him. Also tied. What are you expecting into this race? And what have you thought of the season so far? And point standings as we see it so far.
It's a really good season so far. As you said, Evil Matrix did take the one in Britain. It was a good race in Britain. I didn't see Hungary, but I did see the final lap and how Alfe did take the win there. Just a crazy last corner. And then I didn't really watch Baku, but overall, I feel like with the standings so far, it's a pretty good season, especially in the midfield battle between 4th place down to 9th or 10th. It's all anybody's game so far.
A lot can happen throughout the season. We don't know exactly what's necessarily going to go on. I'm going to be right back just quickly. You take over for a good minute. It'll be right back.
Alright, so currently in qualifying here, we have Roddy TJ Boy on top with a 126.4. Patcher VC currently at 126.5 in P2. Conducted MPA just retired with a 126.6. Bianchi set a very good lap time with a 126.7. Matrix with 126.8. Remember, he was our Bahrain winner. Our Hungary winner, Alpha, currently P6 with a 127.1. CJ Pants with a 127.3. Stevie Cat 127.4. Lewis with a 127.6, and finally rounding out our top 10 is Alexis Sanchez and the Williams with a 127.6. Overall, it's a pretty close session, but 5 drivers are in the 126s, and there's a lot of 127s, so it looks like Ronnie TJ Boy and Patch for VC are going to be on the 2 front row spots for this race.
I am back. So there's some people on laps. Patcher VC coming to the line. He actually starts his first lap in, well, not his first lap, his final lap, I should say. His flying lap through turn 1 he goes. Well, there's a Williams as well behind that. That is Alexis Sanchez. 3/10 up in his time. Can it be the top 5 or top 7 he's looking for? Alexis Sanchez in contention to win 2 of these races so far. Where is he going to go on the timing boards? Comes to the start-finish line now. He's going to go behind his teammate, goes 7th, and the Alfa Romeo behind, 2/10 up on his time. Lewis, can he improve the go ahead of Stevie Cat, last week's winner? Where does he go? He's going to go ahead of Alexis Sanchez, the Ferrari behind that, Stevie Cat, and Crispy Hang, the first to come across the line. Where is he going to go? And then you got Patcher VC also trying to steal the pole position away. Crispy Hang coming to the line, he's going to go 8th. Now, where does Stevie Cat go? Coming to the line, 2/10 up. Can it be the top 10 starting spot? It looks to be, unless he's made a mistake in the last sector. He does go 6th, actually. Goes up on his time. Patcher VC as well. A 10th up currently, and also a 10th up in the 2nd sector. Heading to the fall sector. Alexis Sanchez trying for a final lap as well. Should be very interesting. Make sure you have included your audio, Map Racer. I know you stream, but just make sure it's still
Yes,
included
it is
just
included.
in case. Patra
Yep.
VC though coming to the line. It's going to be pole position that he's wanting to take. It's pole.
There he goes.
He
2/10.
is taking it.
Just under 2/10 over Rowdy TJ Boy in the Red Bull, I think that is, or is that AlphaTauri? No, it is the Red Bull of Rowdy TJ Boy. Very good lap from Patra VC. He will take pole here in Bahrain, and it's a very good starting position for him.
Very interesting qualifying session there at the end. You knew Patra VC was going to be up in his time, but a mistake could easily change that lap because he was so close and just barely had a Rowdy TJ Boy right there on his lap. So anything could have changed that lap, and the way it has gone. So Patra VC taking pole position, Rowdy TJ Boy just behind. Second place for him. Conducted and PARA Bianchi on that second row. Then you have Evil Matrix, Stevie Cat, who've won races. Alpay as well in that 5th, 6th, 7th spot. Then behind that, Lewis, Crispy Hang, Alexis Sanchez also inside the top 10. But you got some big names there. Wow. Guys who have been very good in these first few races, I should say. CF1 Harold outside the top 10. Dominant Square, Dylan. There's guys outside the top 10 who could possibly improve on their starting positions and do better. We'll have to see what goes on necessarily in this race because it is a 29 lap race, if I'm correct. And we should be able to see the action we saw last week at Azerbaijan, the chaos, and hopefully the start is clean because Bahrain last season in Tier 3, the start was not necessarily so clean, and I believe it resolved in a Tier 4 current driver, CJ Pants, DNF from this race. Evil Matrix was able to take, I believe, a podium spot, PAR Bianchi, back in, I want to say this was back in Season 1, no, he commentated Bahrain, that's right, didn't race Season 1 Bahrain, but I was just trying to think there for a minute, because I thought he'd raced Bahrain for a moment, but I could be wrong, so you never know.
Yeah, it's a good qualifying session though for Patra VC, but like a lot of drivers that started outside the top 10 that I also feel like can make a push, especially into the points here, or even fight for a podium if things happen into turn 1, because these guys at the back, they might do a strategy here, and that they might just not try to get into any action into turn 1 and maybe just try to play it safe and let all the carnage happen in front of them.
Now, this will be interesting strategy-wise because I've seen some league races, many league races at Bahrain this weekend. People going softs, mediums, softs, mediums, softs, hards, mediums, hards. So people outside the top 10 could choose to start on a different tire if they'd like. But everyone inside the top 10 is definitely going to start on softs. Alexis Sanchez with a 5-player skip penalty. Magic as well with a 5-player skip penalty. They're going to be starting farther back than where they are. So that promotes CJ Pants to 10th with that. And hey, make sure you follow the Twitch as well. 2 followers away from 100 followers in the GSR Streams account.
Sir.
We've had this Twitch account since July, I'd say, after the whole mixer shut down and Formula 2 starting up as well. That's when this mixer kind of started. So a lot has changed since Mixer going down. That's where most races were streamed before. Then, of course, my Twitch, BMBO5 Twitch, mine, before we've gone back to Mixer, set up a GSR Streams account for the last race of the season in Brazil. And then, of course, Mixer shutting down kind of changed that. And we didn't know until, of course, the month before. And now we got the starting grid pretty soon. But it should be interesting to see a variety of different strategies. Whose strategy is going to do very well? Everyone's starting softs. On the top 10 at least. Will anyone else have that top 10 possibly go into the top 10 and finish there, or finish in the top 5 by a bold strategy? You have softs to hards, mediums to hards, soft medium mediums, soft medium softs, possible strategy options.
Yeah, I think personally the one-stop strategy from mediums to hards is I think it's gonna benefit these drivers because all the soft runners are gonna pit before the medium runners. And I'm going to assume that if you're going soft to hard, the mediums are the faster compound than the hard tires. So the people on the mediums are going to gain a lot of time, and then they're going to pit for hards. And they're going to be on fresh hards as well. As there's... Oh, never mind. There's just some disqualifications, but that's just...
Yeah, we shouldn't really worry about that. But regardless,
It's for the
only one follower away from 100. Hey, make sure before the lights go out, we get 100 followers, and you got 100 followers in the
Yes,
Twitch. It's great to
sir.
see.
Let's go.
But let's go over two favorites in this race. Patra VC, we've seen a podium back in Hungary for him. Based off the last lap drama, he's starting on pole this time. He's got himself in a very good position to possibly win this race. You know, anything could happen, miracles could happen, but he took his car from 6th to 3rd in that last laps in Hungary, and he was in contention for podium last week. Failed to get that opportunity, and of course that changed majorly for him. I also want to go with as well. Who am I wanting to go with? I'm gonna go with Alpay. Hungary winner, could have won last week, and he's been in contention to win almost every week so far in Tier 4, excuse me. Oh my god. Tier 4, Alpay has been in contention to win. He's had a good car to do so, and his problem is having the wrong luck at the wrong time, and he's got to get around that luck today, and I think today might be the day he gets around that luck. Two favorites from you that are different from the top, the guys I picked. I couldn't think of that.
My first favorite is gonna be Stevie Cat here. He won at Azerbaijan last week, and I feel like although he is starting 6th, I think he has some monstrous pace. I think he will get up to the podium and possibly win this race. My next pick is gonna be Conducted MPA. I think as long as he can get a very good start, I feel like he can get out in front and win this race.
Keep in mind, if Conducted, that rivalry still continues between them. Keep that in mind. That rivalry has been going on for a decent while between them. Hungary, last week in Azerbaijan, and we're just waiting for the lights to come on here in Bahrain. Waiting for those lights to come on. About 5 red lights pretty soon here in Bahrain for the 4th Grand Prix of the season. We are a lights out, and away we go. Patrick VC spun the wheels off the start of the Ferrari, making the move down the inside. Now ready, TJ Boy, taking over the race lead on Patrick VC into turn 1. Now behind that, they're all jockeying for position, going about 4 wide in the back. And now you see the strategy, which is worthless. And a contact between Alpay and Matrix. And there goes Patrick VC from the pole position around, hitting the barrier, well, hitting the sign right there, and not taking any damage to his front wing from that. Evil Matrix, it's Alpay. Alpay goes for a slide, and he almost goes around from the contact there from Evil Matrix cars going off at the back. That is the Mercedes kind of running off the racetrack. That was CJ Pants battling with Dominant Square. Dominant Square has picked up some positions on this first lap. Alpay running wide from Stevie Cat. Side by side between them. Dominant or Pierre or Bianchi locking up the Ferrari. That is Stevie Cat going off the racetrack using the runoff road. And they're about to be 3 wide here into turn 9 and 10. Bianchi around the outside.
Wow.
That was insane. The two teammates, the Alfa Romeo, Lewis and Matrix, but many positions gained and many position losses on the first lap. 4 positions gained for Lewis, 7 for King Cali, 3 for Dominant Square, 5 for Dark Strider. Positions changing throughout the field majorly. Alpay, who picked up some damage, is going to have to be careful, and he goes on the curb here, up the hill. He's going to lose it a little bit, and that's going to allow the Ferrari of Chris Behang to run a bit wide from all that. Patrick VC from the pole position, though, dropped about 12 positions, and there's spinners up the hill. That's Crookie, and that was Magic, who lost a few positions, well, lost momentum from that.
Yeah, it's a very chaotic first lap in the in this race, especially the sector 1. Very chaotic, especially turn 1 around here. You need to be very careful because turn 1 is way sharper than you really think it is, especially when you're 4 wide, like you said. And we're watching as the Williams of I forget who that is. I think that's Crookie spun
Alexis Sanchez,
into turn 1.
Actually.
Oh, that was Alexis Sanchez, yes. Yeah, you all these drivers had to take it as careful as possible, as also the McLaren spins in the back. But yeah, it was just a chaotic first lap. A lot of action, and all the drivers who made it out clean are now not really safe from contact rest of the race, but they are a little bit safer now.
Haas, Dark Shredder going wide into turn 10 right there. Turn 10 is such an easy place to miss your braking point. We've seen this before from real life drivers locking up. Even Sebastian Vettel locked up in 2019 on the way to the grid there. That's how hard it is. the way out of the grid he locked up there, and I don't know how I remember that, but I do. Anyways, positions changing. Patcher VC, Dark Strider's made some contact with him. They've gone for a slide. Patcher VC going under the wall as well, hitting the sign right there, and there's a Red Bull into the barrier. That is Dylan.
That's Dylan. Wow, he
so
got
3 cars spinning up the hill.
As Rowdy TJ Boy gets fast top of the race so far with a 131.4. Never mind, Bianchi sets at 131.3. He does now have the fast top of the race. But yeah, 3 cars just spawned up the hill there, and Dylan got a lot of damage from that. He hit the wall pretty hard there and knocked his front wing off.
While this continues, the battle between the 2 Alfa Romeos conducted and PIRA Bianchi. I just should say Bianchi because that's just annoying, an annoying ring to it. But anyways, Dylan, Alexis Sanchez both pit. That's Patcher VC also spun round again, and he's also no, not a puncture. I thought I saw a puncture for a minute, but he reset the track right there, giving him an advantage to not lose as much time. You see Bianchi trying to go around the outside. He made a move here earlier in the race, trying to go around the outside of Matrix. Can't do so. Matrix still leaves him the room to go around the outside, leaves him the space, but now it's Matrix track position, and it's his position to keep.
Yeah, Bianchi really loves that. There, a lot of people hate it, but it seems to be working for him. I mean, I personally do not like that corner at all. Even on the exit, I get super loose. But Bianchi's been able to control his car through there, and it's been helping him a lot.
Yeah, in that corner, you get a lot of oversteer, and it really messes you up. But Bianchi, he's been able to try to go around the outside of about 3 cars now. It has been around that outside. In that corner now, there's DRS enabled between the 2 teammates, Evil Matrix and Lewis. And Bianchi trying to make a move on the back of turn 1. He's actually almost running in the back of him. He has to take evasive action to not do that. Now to turn 4, Lewis getting DRS and conducted. Rowdy TJ Boy has already pulled that big lead on them. About a good 3-second gap from them already. And then behind that, Crispy Hank, Stevie Cat, the 2 teammates as well. It's not just the Alfa Romeo teammates battling, it's the Ferrari teammates battling as well. And you got PIR Bianchi again going for a position. And he's getting a little bit closer. Matrix running a bit wide. CJ Pants Alpe switching fastest laps right there. CJ Pants keeping it for now, though. CJ Pants did pit from that first lap as well. Alpe set that lap on mediums when he set that. So, should be interesting to see what they can do. Alpe, I'm thinking he's trying softs, mediums, so it should be very interesting to see that strategy from this race. And now Bianchi with DRS, Matrix with DRS, Matrix with the overtake button, which is kind of preventing Bianchi from catching back up. But you can see Matrix has a little bit less ERS than Bianchi, and that's playing the big difference of who's over. And you see the soft tires will also die out very quickly, so you might see some more drivers spinning up the hill if they don't take good care of their tires the next few laps. And Rowdy TJ Boy has actually had a problem because that gap now between the race lead is about 1.2 seconds, and Conductors kind of cut that gap down.
Yeah, there's a huge battle right here going for the top 5 between Bianchi, Evil Matrix, Lewis, Conducted, and Rowdy TJ Boy. As we see right now, the Mercedes car of Conducted going past Rowdy TJ Boy with DRS on the front straight, and he's going to get moved on. I think something's going on with Rowdy TJ Boy. As he just spins, lags, I don't know. But Lewis gets up to 2nd, Evil Matrix up into 3rd, Bianchi into 4th, though. And
yeah,
as
you could tell he had lag problems right there.
Left
That's
the
what
session.
caused the. I could tell from that lag. I remember last season in Brazil in Tier 2, GSR Hamilton had some lag issues, and you could tell the way his car was jittering on stream, and as well as mine when I had the lag out of mine back in Brazil last season in GSR. You could tell the way that car jitters. That it's clearly the lag out right there. And now Bianchi, will he try to go around the outside or inside now at turn 10? What will he try to do on Evil Matrix? Will he try to set up a overtake here? Can't do so. He actually cuts the corner a bit. Bianchi does. A bit of a weird move.
As Rowdy TJ Boy goes back in for my invite. He's back in. He should have control of his car now. That's good to see for him. But yeah, Bianchi just completely cut the corner there. You know, we were just complimenting him of how well he was taking that left-hander there, and then he just cuts the corner completely. But it doesn't matter though. Evil Matrix is still ahead of Lewis, and then Conducted is pulling a gap to Lewis here. So, like I said in the pre-race, Conducted does have pace, and I feel like he can definitely win this race. And as Lewis dives into the pits.
That should be interesting. He's probably rather thinking going softs to hards, softs, mediums, softs. What is his pit crew thinking? That they're going to go Bianchi trying to make a move behind, can't do so on Matrix, and they are going softs.
Yeah, Lewis
soft
fit the soft tires, but Stevie fit the mediums, I believe. Yes,
Kincali in the racing point as well. Harold making contact, Bianchi and Matrix. Bianchi going ahead of Matrix now, so Bianchi has put himself in a podium position after gonna be on the podium last week. He was gonna take that podium position, but of course an appeal from who was that? I can't remember. I'm so stupid. There's a yellow flag though. That's the racing point of Harold having problems. But Bianchi was gonna have the podium position last week, and someone had appealed their penalty, and of course, my mind can't remember that. Rowdy TJ Boy joining back as well from lagging out again. That's the second time he's lagged out. But the thing is with Bianchi, someone appealed their penalty, and he got knocked off the podium, got knocked down to 4th there. But if it weren't for him crashing on the last lap and going wide into the barrier, he would have had that podium position. And you see Alpay and CJ Pants for this 14th position. They're going a bit aggressive here into turn 10. They're about to go wheel to wheel side. Can't make it work, but
he
Alpay
gets the switch back though.
Overshooting the corner, and that's allowed CJ Pants to go back through. Position trading between them, and now Stevie Cat and Dark Strider up the hill. They were side by side for a moment. The front 2 pit, the front 3 pit actually, the front 4 as well. And Lewis, Crocky, they're going wheel to wheel here into the last corner, last sector on lap 7. Interesting to see Bianchi go for the hards. Yeah, because that's going to be a 1-stop. That's going to be a 2-stop, I'm thinking. Bianchi's going aggressive with the strategy, going for the hards, which is a 1-stop. So I'm quite interested to see what's going to happen here. And now where he's going to come out compared to Stevie Cat and the rest of these guys. Stevie Cat's almost going to come out ahead of Bianchi. They're going to be wheel to wheel racing under the pit lane. There's a big 6-car train here. They're going wheel to wheel out of turn 2 now. Bianchi, Stevie Cat. And now Bianchi has had that position for a moment, but had to give it up to Stevie Cat for that second being.
Yeah, and all these people's tires are cold as well. You gotta remember that as well. That all of their tires are stone cold, and they have to get up to temperature here, which is why they're gonna be very slow. As you see, Bianchi all over the racetrack.
Oh, there's contact. Harold spun it, and that was off contact with Lewis.
Unfortunate for him. And Crookie actually up into P3, starting from P15 in this race. He is now in P3, ahead of Conducted, but they all have a pit stop on him. So we have to see where he comes out after the cycle through.
Harold goes ahead, but Evil Matrix tries it too. Harold struggling. He's yet to pit, so that's part of the reason they wanted to get by him. Matrix and Bianchi did. And now up the hill, they're going wheel to wheel in front of them. That's Crookie and Conducted. They're trading spots, and now Conducted ahead of Crookie, who is also yet to pit. Like you mentioned, he gained positions, but that's only because he's yet to pit in this race. So now the Ferrari, Stevie Cat trying to dive down the inside of him. Can't do so.
Almost too wide.
Right up into Bianchi.
Bianchi way off the racetrack.
Having to pass off the racetrack. He had to try it, but Crookie saying
and look
again
at
the
this.
mediums and the different tire.
4 wide,
down
3 wide straight.
Bianchi tried it for a moment, and yeah, they are 4 wide into turn 1. They're about to be 4 wide again. Now 4 wide into turn 1. A bit of wing damage being traded from one of the cars. That's the Haas.
And
Bianchi sliding, going around.
Wow.
Oh my God.
There goes Bianchi's race, pretty much. He's
now
doing so well.
Hanging Crookie, they're going wheel to wheel as well. This is for turn 4, and now Crispy gets ahead of Crookie for that 6th position, and that brings the Ferrari battle closer between those two, the teammates. And now there's a PSC. That's Rowdy TJ Boy out of the race.
Wow. Yeah, he had really bad luck this race with all lag issues, and now he's retired. Very unfortunate for him. But back to whatever happened in that first sector. Man, that was crazy. Bianchi, he passed either 2 or 3 cars on the outside, and then he just spun it, which is unfortunate for him because he was having a great race, making some really good overtakes as Harold picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC.
He just pitted. So that's a big issue for me. Just pitted on the VSC, so that's going to hurt his race even more. You saw how much he was struggling on those tires, so that's going to change a lot of things. Now the two Haas teammates, Dark Strider, Crookie. Dark Strider hit the side of his wheel. That was his back tire, and almost spun himself and spun him round. Matrix Conducted, they're also They pitted just a lap ago, and now they're going for a position. That's for P3
As
now into turn 1. Can Matrix try and move
here comes
into turn 1?
Matrix with
I think
overtake.
he's too far back, but here's the two teammates at Ferrari. Crispy Hang going wheel to wheel with Stevie Cat with his teammate. Goes through, Crispy Hang does.
Yeah, our
Okay,
biggest
bye,
mover
CJ
so
Pants.
far. Square. Oops, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, currently leading this race after not pitting. And he's in the mediums. I didn't even realize he was leading. So, Dominant Square leading his first laps in league racing so far.
And we're gonna have to see here what he can do on the hard tires. Like I said at the beginning of the race, this mediums to hard strategy could work out because all of these guys are gonna have to make another stop, and the people that are on the hard tires, their tires are gonna be very old.
Alpe has gone for a spin. That's out of the S's.
And CJ Pants goes past from that.
The two Haas drivers, though, they're trying to go wheel to wheel out of turn 10. The other Haas, Crookie, has damage. The other one trying to battle with his teammate, and now that's allowed Dark Shredder to go. Maybe Crookie may have let him by. Oh, Dark
and he
Shredder
goes
actually
way off
braking
the
late.
track.
Oh,
Almost.
I think that was a bit of lag, part of that.
Yeah. He almost rejoined right into his teammate, though. That would have not been good.
That could have been very dangerous, and you see the lag a little bit from him. It's causing a part of it. Bianchi trying to go down the inside of him while he's lagging. You know, that's a pretty dangerous move to do as a racing driver. So, I mean, if you go down the inside there of a car, you have like a 10% chance of making it out alive, and Bianchi made it out alive. Now he's going on Crookie, the Haas teammate as well. You can see DRS enabled, and now he goes through, and goes onto the grass, actually, moving over.
He has all grass on his
Matrix.
tires as well.
Conducted, Crookie down the order, Crookie spun. Matrix conducted, just going wheel to wheel. I think they made a bit of contact. They touched, I believe. Now for this lead, Lewis, who pitted Square, who's trying to defend off him.
Yeah, there's a big gap. There's actually a really big gap to
Matrix!
second and third, 5.3. And Matrix
Has had an
does
issue.
spin.
Lewis gets by Dominant Square pretty easily. That's not really going to matter too much considering where Square's at in the race, because Conduct is really in a net P2 if you think about it.
Yeah, he is. And he's 4.6 back of Dominant Square here. And he did catch, and they are catching him rapidly. Some notable movers, though. Dark Strider up 8 positions. Lewis up 7 positions. And obviously Dominant Square up 10 positions. However, he did not pit yet. Patra VC, after that rough first lap, hasn't really recovered that much. He's still down there in P12 on the hard tires, as CJ Pants going down the inside of Dark Strider into the final corner. But Dark Strider is going to get the switch back, and he's lagging. But overtake mode engage and DRS, the Haas is going to get past CJ Pants. And now we got to see if CJ Pants is going to go for a dive bomb here. I don't think he will into turn 1. Nope, they're going to keep.
He thought about it. Thought about it though. He was thinking about going for a dive bomb. A move couldn't be made there, but CJ Pants actually going to have the DRS here into turn 4. Does CJ Pants go to the right side? He does. He go down the inside here at turn 4, making a move on the Haas driver who is lagging. And the Haas driver does get ahead of Dark Shredder, but they're still wheel to wheel in the S's. Yeah. And Dark Shredder does go ahead and does keep that position, but can't keep it for much longer if he's having the struggles he's having. Going off the racetrack, running a bit wide. Now you have Crispy Hang as well, getting into DRS range of Conducted. That's going to change things when this race comes alive, because they're on the medium tires, while Lewis is going for a 2-stop, soft mediums. He's put himself in a position to win this race. Square is going for a 1-stop, it looks like, at this point. It don't look like he's going for necessarily a 2-stop. And Dark Shredder, CJ Pants, they just going wheel to wheel again. Dark Shredder's got ahead that time. And, yeah.
Yeah, he's just lagging us so much, and I feel like that's getting into CJ Pants' head here, because he doesn't know if he can make a move or not, as he does run wide there as he goes up the hill.
Now for net P2, Conducted trying to defend from Crispy Hang. Crispy Hang moves down to the inside. Unconducted. Crispy Hang Wheel to wheel, Crispy Hang goes through, and he's ahead for that position. That's for net P2. Right now, they're trying to catch Dominant Square, and they're going to try to catch down the leader. CJ Pants struggling on those softs, you can tell.
Back down the inside of Crispy.
Yeah.
And he's going to get to moved on with overtake mode, but they're still
They touched a little bit. They touched again.
And
there they go. And Conductors reset the track, causing him not to go out of the race because that hit could have been enough for him to go out of the race, getting out of the way of Matrix, almost getting in the path of him. And now the two Ferraris are going to battle it out between them. They fourth position after Conducted and who was it now? I can't think of the name. Wow, I'm so stupid. Crispy Hang, yeah. Oh my god. After they made contact, I could not. Wow, I am so stupid.
It's all good. But yeah, I mean, that right there might be an incident we might have to review after the race. But I don't know what happened there. It just felt like, just from looking there, Conducted didn't leave him as much space as he might have thought there was down the inside, and then it just caused him to spin. But yeah, overall, top four almost stay the same. But Stevie Cat is catching up to Crispy Hang now. He might have damage from that incident. We're not too sure on that.
I don't think so. I don't see any damage on his front wing. It does. He's probably pitting here this lap, and he is. The thing does he speed? No, he doesn't. Okay, I thought he was going in too hot to the pits for a moment.
He's going for the hards.
What this does allow, though, is the two teammates at Ferrari to be put in a podium position, and this allows, as well, another contender for that top spot and possibly a good points position for where Dominant Square could pull off the one stop a bit better than the other drivers. Dominant Square, 6 seconds behind the race lead, and where he'd probably come out is about that 9th, 10th position. Around that area right now, if he were to pit this lap, CJ Pants does pass his teammate Conducted, who had just pitted right there. So, while that accident happens between Crispy Hang and Crispy Hang and Conducted, that puts the two teammates on pair with each other, and that also gives them an advantage to catch Dominant Square for position now. This puts them in a position to where they can possibly challenge for this race win against Lewis. And if Lewis does win this race, we could see 4 different winners this season. So it should be very interesting to see if we get that stat or not.
Just a little bit of a fun. And the net top 4 is all Ferrari powered, so who knows? Although it is equal, maybe the Ferrari powered drivers have something special in them that they're just gonna take the season.
Fun.
Yeah, he did.
But
he's currently P17.
I mean, maybe they're just good, but Square pitting for the one stop. He's going to go on to hards for the rest of this race. Oh, he's going on to softs. Okay, he's going a 2-stop, it looks like. So he's going to do 2 pairs of softs at the end of this race. He's doing medium, soft, softs. So I thought Square was going to do mediums to hards for a minute, but that strategy has changed. You never know where it could go. And Jerk Shredder, could he possibly be doing the same thing as Square? We'll have to find out. Let's see, he's coming in for his pit stop now. And he's going to go for the hards. So he's going to do a 1-stop, while Square's going to do a 2-stop. Where Square comes out is behind Patcher VC. Yeah, Crookie, the teammate at Haas. Oh, they're having to wait there, and he's repairing his front wing. He's going to hards. Boys.
I think he was serving a penalty.
Probably.
And they were 2 Haas drivers onto the hards.
They were double stacking, so that's probably part of the reason that they were held. Because usually when you double stack, you usually get held here in the pits. That's what happens on F1 2020. The way it is, you can't have a normal stop with the way it is. But now between the race lead, it's 6 seconds between Lewis, Crispy Hang. This race ain't over yet. I mean, anything could happen, and positions could be trading soon. I mean, you see the gap between Crispy Hang and Lewis. For Lewis, that gap is kind of decreasing, and he does pit. Actually, he's going for that 2-stop of medium, soft, softs, I think. Or no, soft, mediums, I'm sorry. And it does look like he's going for the mediums. He is.
Yeah.
Going hards.
Ooh.
Whoa. That's a bit bold. Soft, hards. That's not That's not what I thought he'd be doing. No, I don't know. I think he just cost himself a win, if I'm being honest. I hate to say it, but he's going to have no pace whatsoever in those hards. Those hards have no pace in this game. And it's going to be a struggle for him to catch back up to the pack. up to the leading pair of the two Ferraris if he wants to do so. And
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. Pira Bianchi, who had just spun about a good 5-6 laps ago as he locks up. He is in a position to where as you see him locking up again. He's in a good position as Luis Alpe. They go wheel to wheel. He's in a good position to where he could possibly be in contention for this win, based off the one stop he's doing. So with Crispy Hang, Stevie Cat, Matrix, they're going for the two-stop strategy, while Bianchi is going for that one stop, which could promote him to a win possibly. We don't know. I mean, he's going to be in position to win because of how much he's behind these drivers. He's only behind by about a good 6 seconds. So with where he's at right now, things could change in just a split second. You don't know what could happen. Is Patra VC going wide the S's, that is, and it's AlphaTauri.
Yeah, and and I'm not sure if that pit stop was a game glitch. Maybe he had mediums selected and they just put him on hards, because I've seen that before. But yeah, like you said, I think Lewis has just thrown his race with hard tires. I don't think he's gonna have the pace that he would have had on mediums. Yeah, especially since the front 4 on mediums.
Yo, flag! That is Dark Strider spun up the hill, and keep in mind, we've not had a single safety car in this race yet at all. We've had the VSC come out, and Dark Strider almost hit his teammate right there while re-entering the racetrack. That was very between Crookie and him. Not much Crookie could really do because he was on the racing line trying to mind his own business while his teammate spun. But between the race lead, we're gonna have to see Stevie Cat, Crispy Hang, Matrix gonna have to pit one more time. While that's gonna happen, Bianchi's gonna take the lead, if that's the case, if he doesn't spin. And with that being said, Lewis, 9 seconds behind. I don't think he's gonna have any pace in those hards. I really don't. And what will be interesting though is that Bianchi, who was spun earlier at turn 2, spun round, could be in a position to spin and win. That's what I'm wondering. That would be an impressive thing to do. Spin and win the same race. I'd like to see it, but you don't know what Bianchi could be doing, and Stevie Cat pitting from the top spots.
He's going for mediums? Yeah, he's going for mediums. Interesting. So he went soft, medium, medium, which is... Or did he go soft, soft, mediums?
I'm gonna check that now on his director, Stevie Cat. He gone... Wow, this has changed so much. He's gone softs to mediums, which is a good strategy, but I think soft, mediums would have probably worked better. But with all this, with the two-stop being put in, this race is a race of strategy. This is what it is. With that being said, the one-stop could win you the race. The two-stop, I mean, even if a safety car come out, Bianchi is going to be screwed, because where he's at, he's going for the one-stop, and he'd have to pit. He wouldn't be in the most likely position to win this race if a safety car does come out. And Kikali, CJ, they switched positions. But with all this strategy coming into play, as you see the different stops here on the screen, 2-stop, 1-stop, some people still have a stop to make in this race, especially the front 2. This has put Dominant Square, who just is doing a 2-stop, in a position to be up front when this thing ends. He's running in the 6th position, and kind of a quiet race from where everyone is at. It kind of spread out. Not one of those chaotic tier 4 races we've seen so far. Maybe the drivers have been more used to racing each other. And I saw Just a Human say not enough DNFs. I mean, you don't know. What could happen in the top 2 is coming into the pits this time. So, if a safety car does come out late in the race, what do you do if you're someone like Bianchi? Because he's kind of put himself in a position where the one-stop is very good. And he could do very good things with it if a safety car doesn't come out. But if a safety car doesn't, I meant. But if a safety car does come out, he won't be in the best position. Does he? If a safety car does come out, does he pit for softs to go to the end? If it's a late race safety car, does he stay out and try to fight off track position? What does he do to try to win this race? Yo, flag! That's a safety car.
Well, I guess we gotta answer this now. Man, I don't know what he's gonna do here. That was perfect timing.
Oh my God.
Wow. So terms of Bianchi here, I think, because he still has to go 11 laps on the soft tires, and softs don't really last 11 laps around here. Or they do, but they're going to be very worn. So I think what Bianchi's going to do is probably going to go for, I'd say, the mediums here.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to have to do, because with this safety car period, of course, you're going to have the softs be kind of, you know, cold when there's, well, I don't know, you can say whatever you want, but the softs with the safety car could maybe play to his advantage if we have another, I don't know what, I honestly don't know what could happen, but he's going to have to make a pit stop here. He's going to have to go to the mediums, I'm thinking. That's his only opportunity, I think, to keep on to this race lead. And Lewis, he's going to have to pit as well. There's no way he stays out. And he is staying. No, he's pitting.
He is pitting.
He thought about it for a moment. Patrick VC as well. Dominic Square should be maybe pitting for mediums here to the end.
And he is pitting for mediums.
Bianchi is. That's a good decision. Now, does anyone try to go bold and pit softs? I'm just curious to see. Lewis now pitting for softs. That's going to be very bold. That's going to be very interesting if he can make it to the end. Patrick VC pitting for mediums. Dominic Square, though, pitting for mediums. This is put Dominic Square in a good position to where he's at. With Bianchi as well, with Patrick VC as well. But the guys who pitted mediums there just a lap ago stay out. And Lewis going on to softs, that's a big gamble. And why I say this is because Lewis, okay, I was just looking at chat comments, and the Cookie's got a drive-through for speeding under the safety car. But what everything is at, Lewis going to the softs, that's a very bold strategy. If you're going to try to go soft at the end, I know softs last about a good 9-10 laps on a fresh pair. And I don't, unless he manages his tires very well, I do not see him going to the end of the race. And if he does, well, he deserves driver of the day at that point. And if he goes to the end of the race and wins this race, then kudos to him. But Bianchi's put himself in a good position here with all that. He's kind of split Matrix, Crispy Hang, where they were the top three. Well, they were the net top three at the time with the guys who did the two-stop. And Bianchi having to pit, he was kind of forced to pit there because if he stayed on hards, he'd be a sitting duck. And that's kind of put some stuff into play. With all that being said, Patrick VC getting put now in a good position. After that whole first lap, he can maybe come back, spin and win. Bianchi did a spin earlier in this race, spin and win. I mean, we've seen it in the Indy 500 before. We've seen it many times in the NASCAR Cup Series. Many times in Formula 1. Well, not many times, but sometimes in Formula 1. It was Verstappen back in 2019 Germany. He spun and won. That was under safety car though, so that was a bit different. But you don't usually spin and win a race. Bianchi has put himself in a position to do that. Patrick VC could be doing that. So I'm very interested to see here what's going to go on.
Yeah, it's going to be a fight to the finish here, especially with the safety car. It's going to bunch everybody up. There's going to be a lot of moves into just anywhere on the track. Going to be fighting for track position. All the front runners are on fresh mediums. Stevie Cat on 2-lap mediums. Crispy Hang on 1-lap mediums. And Bianchi just pitted for mediums. So overall, it's going to be a really good fight here because they're all basically evenly matched on tires.
Axe brings up a good point. No matter if Lewis can get the softs to the end, the mediums, once they go to the end, they will be faster, and this is why. Those soft tires will start to degrade and, you know, die out more than the mediums will when the medium runners will be on that. So Lewis could possibly have a puncture. Lewis could go spinning up the hill. Once, and it's maybe smarter for you could say maybe it's smarter for a guy like Harold Dillon to do it because they're gonna have 9-10 laps. They're cutting it close, but no matter what, the soft tires will not be the fastest tire by the end of this race. If you're wanting to gain positions, win this race, be in a position to get in the points like they are, they're outside the points of the 15 to 16 place runners of Harold and Dillon. You're gonna have to go mediums. If you're going softs, you're gonna have to hope for bad things to happen. Yes, you'll be fast the first 5, 6, 7 laps of the restart, but you're not gonna be very fast when it comes to the end of the race. You're not gonna have the pace. You're not gonna have the pace to keep yourself in a position you are. Because where Lewis has put himself, he's put himself in a race-winning position, and he was probably going to win the race. He probably had a chance to do so. And with him pitting, he pitted for the softs, which is very bold. Which you don't know which way that could go. It could go rather bad for him. It could go rather good. You don't know. And safety car is in this lap.
Yep. You know, we just got to see what happens here on the restart as
Bianchi. 5-second penalty, conducted 5-second penalty. There's been some front wings broken. I think Bianchi just broke his front wing and got a 5-second as well. He's probably want to appeal that after this race, but when does Stevie Cat get on the gas and go? He's waiting for the safety car to come into the pits. Now he's going to go. He's going to go green flag to the restart, and he is away. Bianchi trying to gain into the stream as well. Now, Crispy Hang, an overtake for the race lead. Conducted 5-second for speeding in the pit lane. Now into turn 1, the 2 Ferrari teammates trying to go into turn 1. Wheel to wheel,
Bianchi hits the back of Hang.
The Ferrari teammate. And now, Lewis and Matrix trying to battle for position. Lewis goes around Matrix. Lewis has put himself in a position to possibly go through the field and win this race with those soft tires.
Bianchi's on the inside into turn number 4.
He contact. Crispy Hang goes for a spin.
Bianchi goes into second place out behind Stevie Cat. I think he does have damage though, but he just...
Bianchi does, yeah.
You gotta feel bad for Crispy Hang though. He just got spun, and there goes Lewis from the outside there on the fresh soft tires. As Dylan leaves the session, I don't know. I will be on that.
Oh, Bianchi running wide at the exit of turn 10, almost running in the back of Ferrari. Loses the position to Lewis, and he might lose the position to Matrix pretty soon here with the pace that Bianchi's got in the swing damage. And now Lewis, on those softs, has a chance at the race lead. He's going to have the pace to do so, but will he have the pace at the end of this race? That's the big question, because those soft tires, will they even make it to the end? And with people putting themselves in the positions that they have, Harold up to 11th, Dylan up to 13th, with those soft tires, you know, they can pop. They're trying to stretch it to the end. They're trying to go very bold with it. But my only question is, will they even make it to the end? Will they even have the tire length they have to make it to the end? And Bianchi staying out this time. He's going to try to fight off Matrix for this position. Matrix overtake button engaged for him into turn 1. Getting the strip stream, and Bianchi can't get enough though into turn 1. Can't make the move.
Yeah, and Lewis is definitely gaining on Stevie Cat here on those soft tires. But like we've been saying, as conducted actually retires from the session. He was going up the hill. Yep. Just back to what I was saying before that. Yeah, like you said, Lewis is gonna have the pace for right now, but I feel like even if Lewis pulls out a second ahead, by I'd say lap 26, 27, Stevie Cat's definitely gonna be gaining back on Lewis, and I think Stevie Cat's gonna.
Petra VC 5-second time penalty. He's gonna probably try to appeal that by the end of this race. Bianchi also had a time penalty as well, if I'm correct. Yes, he had the 5-second penalty. He's gonna try to appeal that by the end of this race, most likely, and I would assume rightfully so, because he had act, which really shouldn't be a time penalty there, because he got ran in the back of, and the safety car has that in this game, where if you run in the back of someone under the safety car, you get a penalty for it. So Lewis, of course, he has the pace to overtake Stevie Cat. He has the pace to catch him. But it's not necessarily a matter of catching him. It's a matter of passing him. It's a matter of overtaking him. Yellow flag at the back. That's Crispy Hang. Spun there. He's lost a position there. And lost many, actually, from that one.
Yeah, his race is done. Very unfortunate. He was running in those top spots, but yeah, his race is done ever since Bianchi spun him. And
now for the race lead, Lewis trying to gain on Stevie Cat into turn 1, can't do so. He's on those soft tires, going around the outside, trying a switchback out of the exit of turn 1, can't do so. Gonna have DRS this time, and almost spinning through that corner. You saw the traction he couldn't get. Now into turn 4, on lap 23 out of 29. Now going to the outside now of the race leader, Stevie Cat. He might be able to do this time. Stevie Cat still holding position. Stevie Cat stays ahead.
Into the S section here. This is where it spins. Whoa. He's gonna corner cut. And yeah, he's getting very loose. Yet again, I don't know if you saw that, but he got very off the curb there. And now we're gonna head into the long left-hander. Let's see what kind of exit he gets. Doesn't get a great exit, and Stevie Cat's gonna pull away.
I don't know why he's moving to the left side. I thought he wanted the substitution there, but now Matrix trying to attack Bianchi, trying to make it a double Alfa Romeo podium, and now King Cali getting passed by Alpay as well. you see position trading between Bianchi and Matrix. Bianchi having to go on the curb. You know that curb is a death curb right there. He almost spun it up the hill, but Bianchi and Patrick VC with 5-second time penalties, and there's a crash up the hill. That's Alfe and resetting the track.
Yeah, he's not having a good race either. And it just shows that being consistent and trying to stay out of trouble wins you races.
Now for the race lead, Stevie Cat trying to defend. Now here comes Lewis. Where's he gonna go? He's gonna go to the outside for position. The overtake button was engaged for both of them. To the outside, turning into the corner, almost turning into him, but they're wheel to wheel to turn 2 now. They're wheel to wheel again. Stevie Cat going ahead, and Matrix has got the position on Bianchi now. Patrick VC trying on him, but still for this race lead. Stevie Cat had the DRS, which gave him the advantage there to keep that race lead.
Patrick VC passes Bianchi. He's up into P4 after the spin on the first half of this race, but the top 4 are all very close to each other. Matrix is a little bit loose off that curb. That curb can really unsettle your car, and yeah, Lewis just can't get past, which is not helping him at all because his tires are going to start to go down. His grip levels are going to start to decrease, and now I don't think he's going to get past him at all in this race.
Like I said, it's a matter of catching Stevie Cat, which he's done, but it's a matter of passing him. He can't do that right now. He's not got the chance to do that. Well, he's had the chance to do that, but he just hasn't done it. And those soft tires are not the best for Sector 1. I've done a medium soft comparison back in 2019. Don't know if this is the way it still is in 2020, but those medium tires throughout Sector 1 are actually better than the softs. You see overtake button was engaged there for Lewis a little bit. He has a little bit more ERS than Stevie Cat here. He's coming in the final corner. He's got close to his gearbox. And now, before the DRS zone, he's going down the inside. They're touching just a little bit, but Lewis has took the race lead. Now
his ERS is gone.
Yeah, that's the problem. Lewis got there and passed him, but now it's going to be a matter of keeping the race lead.
And
you saw in the background, Patrick VC trying to dive it back down the inside. Couldn't really do so, and now Matrix stays ahead. It's Lewis leading the race.
Wow. Yeah, and again, top 4 very close. Patrick VC almost got the move done on Evil Matrix. He came very close, but overall Evil Matrix just had better traction coming out of the corner in the Alfa Romeo. But Stevie Cat getting right back up to the gearbox of Lewis, who is now on 5-lap old softs, and at Bahrain, you're talking probably 40% tire wear, about 30 to 40% tire wear around here, especially your rear tires. Ugh. Your rear tires get destroyed here.
Keep in mind, Lewis Hamilton held off Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, Sebastian Vettel for the race win in Monaco in 2019. With the old tires he had, they were literally about to spin him out or have a puncture. And he kept himself in the race lead. He kept himself there, and he held onto the race lead and gone on to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Lewis on these older tires says there's a car spun. That's the Haas of Dark Shredder. Lewis is in the position to where with these tires he can Evil Matrix.
As here comes Evil Matrix.
Into turn 1.
He's gonna go around the outside.
There's cars spun at the back. It's Williams and a Red Bull, but side by side through turn 2. A bit of touching there between the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari. Stevie Cat staying ahead now into turn 4. DRS engaged for them both. Overtake button as well. Down the inside goes Evil Matrix. He's gonna go through, but they're still wheel to wheel. Stevie Cat hanging around the outside. It's an Alfa Romeo 1-2 now.
What a move from Matrix, and now Stevie Cat is gonna have pressure from Patrick VC behind him. He's gonna go down the inside.
He's gonna go through, but pushes him a bit wide, Stevie Cat. So Stevie Cat has just gone from the race lead about a few laps ago, now down to 4th.
And now let's see what Patrick VC can continue here. All 3 of these guys have DRS, but Patrick VC, Stevie Cat, sorry, is slipstream. He just got the double dive bombed, basically.
Shafted.
Yeah.
Shafted.
That's all I can say.
And Patrick VC, who took the pole position, and the thing is, he took the pole position He's put himself in a position to win this race. He came back through the field after spinning on lap 1, and is now, in these final 3 laps, will be putting himself in a position to catch the Alfa Romeo boys and have a chance to win this race. The 2 Alfa Romeo teammates, Matrix and Lewis, how will they work together and try to go for this race win? Overtake button engaged for Patrick VC. Into turn 1 now at Matrix. He's gaining. CJ Pants has got past, but now into turn 1 around the outside. Patrick VC goes. Pitching Matrix. They touch again.
Off gets super loose, and that's going to allow Stevie Cat to get past. Now Stevie Cat back up into the podium here. Evil Matrix still holding on to P2, but he did lose a lot of time to his teammate Lewis. And that's going to be a battle for second place, as I think Lewis is going to start to pull away a little bit from these guys battling as Crookie gets a 3-second time penalty. Bianchi running there, but this battle right here for second place is a really big battle, especially on lap 27, coming to the end of this race. Anything can happen, basically.
The back Harold is spun. He's got damage, I think, and Crookie has picked up a penalty for corner cutting, and now Patrick VC trying on Stevie Cat, who he was trying to get by, and the same with Evil Matrix as well. Yellow flag at Sector 1 as well. That is Crookie and Alexis now for 3rd and 4th as well. Stevie Cat almost losing it on the curb. He almost spun around there. Patrick
down
VC
the inside,
trying to switch it back.
I think he's going to get the
Now,
move.
heading to 2 laps to go this time, and yeah, he's got the move done. So heading to 2 laps to go this time, while this race will end, Lewis will have 10 laps soft tires. You see him losing traction from the race lead. Will he be able to keep the race lead from his teammate? His teammate trying to win 2 races this season. The first driver to win a 2nd race this season. Now for the race lead, Matrix trying to gain on Lewis into turn 1. Is it enough? Lewis, I think, is lagged out because he's got the red X on his name. Lewis, I think, from the race lead is maybe lagged out. Has he? We'll have to see in the next minute, well, next second or so here. But you could just tell the red X on his name, he's losing time in defending from Patrick VC. A bit of contact there, and he's left the session. He's lagged out from the race lead.
No way.
Big implications for this race win. And now this has put Bianchi back in the spot for the podium. Matrix leads as well. Wow. That's big.
All I gotta say, he just lagged out. He was like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna race anymore. I'm just gonna let Matrix take the win here. He's gone.
That has to be heartbreak.
Yeah.
Last time I saw that was back in, if I'm not being biased about myself, but back when King Cali passes Lewis. Now Alpay in that pack will pass him soon. Dominant Square gaining for a position on CJ. He's gonna go through on CJ. He's going ahead. Dominant Square ahead of CJ. But now, coming to the final line for this final time, Patrick VC, he has to engage the overtake button, or else he ain't gonna have a chance at Evil Matrix. He's brought down that gap to about a good 7/10 gap, and now he's trying to get Evil Matrix. For Patrick VC, this could be his first win and a spin and win in the same exact race. 6/10 the gap as we reach the final lap. Now all those cars will be passing Lewis, who was in the race lead and did lag out, but the last second he's gonna dive down the inside. He tried it. And Lewis's car's pitting. Why is it pitted him? The last time I can think of a heartbreak like that was back when, and Evil Matrix lagged back, and now Patrick VC is gonna dive down the inside for the race lead. They had a bit of contact there, but now Matrix goes ahead again. He takes that leading position. Now Lewis has set himself into DRS position, or no, Patrick VC has set himself into DRS position out of turn 10. But can he get close enough to make a move? Evil Matrix almost loses it. Same with Patrick VC. So, with this being said, people gaining positions out of all this, and you know those 5-second penalties from Bianchi is going to be appealed, so he might stay 4th or might get a chance at the podium. But DRS enabled, overtake button engaged. Patrick VC Matrix, he might try a last dive here at the last corner, or even up the hill for the final time. He's got close enough. He's trying to go for a dive. He's trying to go for a move. He's not close enough yet. And this is final lap drama. You don't know what could happen into these last corners. Patrick VC trying everything he can to catch Matrix for his first win. Patrick VC trying to go spin and win. He's got to the final corner this time. Matrix leading. Patrick VC second. Will we see a last dive? He's dived it from far back. He's trying to scare him, but Matrix off the final corner. He's the first person to win 2 races in GSR this season. First person to win 2 races in GSR season 4 in Tier 4. It's Matrix doing it.
And a lot of penalties. Patrick VC gets a time penalty. moves him down to
He'll be
unofficial
appealing that.
P3.
He'll be appealing that. So will Bianchi as well. But Dominant Square as well takes and ties the best finish in GSR, especially after last week. 2 7th place finishes in a row. Harold, CJ, they finished up the points with Crispy Hang. And now Alexis Sanchez spins out after contact with Crookie. And Evil
He's currently
Matrix,
P13.
it's 2 wins for him. He's going to be happy.
Yeah, but for Lewis, heartbreak for him. And for, like you said, the AI just put him on medium tires. It's very interesting from him. Not from him, but from the AI.
From the game.
Yeah.
We got the podium here. My God.
Race.
Wow. Finish. What a finish as well. Well, Evil Matrix, your second win of the season, 3rd in GSR. You've got to be happy about that. Make sure you include your audio for post-race interviews. Well, Matrix, I may as well start with you. Well, not really back to back, but first person to win 2 races in Tier 4 this season. You know, your teammate, you were going to have a chance to battle him no matter what, but in the last 2-3 laps, he lagged out of the race lead, and that was crucial to what played in your part of winning the race. It could have been an Alfa Romeo 1-2, but that changed very, very quickly. I mean, I know you could maybe say it's maybe a lucky win or maybe a gifted win or whatever you want to say because your teammate had a chance to win that race. You probably were going to battle him, but you got to take all the chances you've got, and you've took a win for Alfa Romeo. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel good seeing as last season I spun out of Bahrain and fucked myself. So it's definitely fun to win 2 races in the first 4, but it's unfortunate for Lewis. I would have been happy with the P2 in a 1-2 for Alfa Romeo, but it is what it is. We can't do anything and just got to move on to the next race.
Now, he used the soft tires. Did you think he was going to survive to the end of the race? Because those soft tires were going to go 10 laps, and they were a bit of a risk for him.
Well, I mean, they were already worn, so like at that 27 he was on like 60%. So he had to conserve his tires a bit, hence why I was like catching up with him so quickly. But I honestly, I didn't want to pass him because I wanted him to get his first win, and I would, like I said, I would have been happy with the P2. But then the fucking lag struck and he's gone.
Yeah. So you're saying that you would have been fine with second today. You probably were going to let him win because, you know, he hasn't won yet. But what does this change for the championship between Alfa Romeo as a team and yourself as well?
I mean, apparently he got down into 11th, so I don't think it's going to affect the constructors. But I think I might be in a chance of leading the drivers if nothing happens. But I'm just hoping that it's a good result so I can get myself back up into there and hopefully dominate the next race.
Yeah, and how bad do you mean? No matter if anyone likes him, hates him, whatever, you gotta feel bad for him no matter who you are.
100%. I mean, it happened to Rowdy before he lagged out of the lead. And then obviously, because his tyres were so worn, I think he might have been able to score some decent points if his tyres weren't so worn. Because obviously the AI took control and pitted him. So yeah, it's unfortunate what happened, but nothing we can do.
Congratulations on the win. Map Racer, do you have any questions for Matrix?
I do not.
Alright.
Just a raw good drive.
Yeah, good job on the race win. Patch your VC, make sure you include your audio. Well, I know you'll be appealing that 5-second penalty. Of course, you didn't serve it in the end, so that will be able to be appealed. Second position in the end, if that 5-second gets appealed, you could have spun and won today, but you're trying everything you could for that race win. What else did you have to try to get Matrix out of the way and get the race win yourself?
It just started from the beginning of the race and me spinning out, and then when the safety car came out, I just knew my car was really fast, the medium, so and we just made our way back up through the field, and we got a podium. And my teammate got fourth place awesome, which was that was good for the points as well. But there's
Yeah.
really nothing yet, I have to say.
Yeah. So, you had a chance of doing the spin and win. We've seen it before in the Indy 500. We've seen it before in many races of motorsports. The spin and win. You were so close to Matrix. After being on pole, you seemed like you had very good pace. You came back through the field to be put in the position to win. Was there anything else you were needing to try to get the race win? Was it just a missed opportunity? Or was it something you tried that you failed at? What do you think that didn't get you the race win?
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. No, I don't think there's anything else I could have did. Like the dive bomb, I could have tried it, but I didn't want to spin all the guy for the win like that. That would have been dirty.
I would have. We've seen you go from 6th to 3rd in the last lap in Hungary, and we've seen you be put in a position after spinning to come back up and win races and be in podium positions. So you spun and came back to a podium in Hungary. What were you going to think if you gone and spun and won today? Because that would have been impressive. If you took the pole, had very good pace, and spun out, and then came back to put yourself in a position to win, but just didn't get the win.
Honestly, I don't know. There's like so many stuff I could have did. There's like so many mistakes. Just I gotta work on like not spinning out the car and stuff. It's just most of the mistakes are on my end. I need to fix those up. Can't have those. So who knows what would have happened if I didn't spin out? Like nobody knows. But
now we've seen,
hopefully we could get
the
a
pole
podium
position
next
you
week.
got. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was happy about that.
We
too.
saw we saw the pole position you got, and my question is about that. You know, today you were so close to your first win. When is that first win coming?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to check the schedule. Hopefully soon. That's the plan. Soon. Hopefully next week. Hopefully. They had a good car to do it today. Had a great car. Probably the best car I had this whole season.
Now you've kind of put yourself in a position where you know you can win races, which is good. But congratulations on what could be P2 if you appeal that. And Map Racer, do you have any questions for Patch or VC?
I don't. Overall, it's just a really good comeback drive.
Alright, you may as well get with Stevie Cat, interview him. I may as well let you get some questions into him.
So wait, who's this Stevie Cat? I keep forgetting.
Yeah, a Stevie Cat. Make sure
All right,
you
yeah.
include a Stevie Cat.
So, toward the end of the race, were you feeling any sort of pressure from the cars behind you? Because you were into a lot of battles at the end there.
Yeah, basically with the safety car coming out at the unfortunate time of just making my pit stop, it was very much of just a case of staying out and then just trying to hold on to whatever I can with the defending. Obviously trying to keep it clean, don't want to take anyone out, but yeah, it was basically just defend hard and finish wherever I end up finishing. I'm not sure what patch for VC's 5-second penalty was for though, if anyone could tell me.
Oh,
I was for an unserved. I think.
Nah, cause I got hit on the coming to the green flag off the safety car. I got hit by conducted from the back.
Okay. So yeah, that will probably be appealed, so it will be a 3rd place finish then. But yeah, basically this week around, got really unlucky with the timing of the safety car, and it swung the other way.
Yeah, that's all I have. Overall, it was a really good race.
Well, we've seen a podium from you in Britain. We've seen a podium from you last week in Baku with a win. You got another podium this week, but consistency is key, which is very good that you've had that. Anything you're concerned about for this championship battle, though?
well, being beaten by the other guys is concerning because they're more points than me. But yeah, no, as long if I'm consistent now, if you ignore the one anomaly in Hungary, so really just finishing on the podium each race and seeing where we are by the halfway. I think in terms of championships, it's always way too early to think about it now. I think right now we just need to think about getting the best results we can each race, and it's kind of when we get around the halfway mark, round 9, round 10. That's then when we got to start thinking about the championship.
Yeah. Now, looking at the tracks coming up in the calendar, I've got to check myself actually because I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll check too.
Zandvoort, USA, Monaco. Which one are you looking forward to the most? Which one are you not looking forward to the most?
I think I know the answer.
Did you say USA was the third one? There was Monaco,
Yes,
Zandvoort,
Zandvoort, USA, Monaco.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think USA will probably be a track I'll be looking for the most. Monaco's definitely going to be a difficult one. I don't think I've ever had
Yeah.
a race without breaking the front wing there. So, yeah, I'd probably put USA most looking forward to, Monaco probably the least.
I can't blame you with the Monaco one. I really can't. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of a first for the lower tiers for GSR. From this tier 3, tier 4, I've never been to Monaco if I'm correct. But now, I mean, it should be very interesting to see what goes on. I mean, from the past in GSR, I will say though, Monaco has provided a decently clean race. I mean, there's of course been the DNFs you'll usually get, the wing damage, but when it comes to that, it's not necessarily a lot of it. But now with tier 4, you know the chaos there is, so you don't know if there'll be a lot of DNFs or not at Monaco. You can't really predict that, you know what I mean? So yeah. Map Racer, just want to kind of recap that race as well. The battle for the race win. It was a good one, but was there anything you think Patcher VC could have done differently to get the win over Matrix? And you have to feel for Lewis, if no matter who you are, because Lewis looked like he was gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Patrick VC, I think it was just like his ERS was really low, but so like I feel like he could have definitely saved more ERS for the final few laps there.
I think
that's all it came down
was the only
to.
problem in my opinion. Mistakes was a big issue for him. He kept having a lot of mistakes go on, and you know, my thing is that if you know you're a tier 4 driver, and you know mistakes are keen to happen, but with him he kept making many mistakes which costed him. He made a move down the inside of someone and lost a few positions. That kind of costed him a chance at Matrix, and you know, I think that he made the one move he did at Matrix on the one time, and he gone down the inside, he couldn't go through, and he got sideways, got some oversteer, lost control of the car, and at that point fell back behind CV Cat, and that's probably what costed him partially the win, in my opinion. If he had got by Matrix there, just stayed behind him, I think he would have a chance to get this race win. But gotta get kudos to him because he gone from 4th, gone to catch up to Matrix and almost won this race. So maybe he could have tried a few things different, maybe he could have not, you don't know. But regardless, overall, you gotta feel bad for Lewis, of course, too, because with Lewis, he was leading the race, and you know you have to feel bad for him because no matter who it is, if they lead the race and they leg out, that's a disappointment, and that's just a disappointment to you because, well, not to you, but just to them, because it's just like, man, I could have won that race, or man, I could have got better, and then they leg out and they'll be disappointed after the race. You know, I think everyone will be happy with leaving that race, except for Lewis for sure. That in my opinion, but yeah, it just sucks for him. That first win's coming.
Yeah.
Alright, well, make sure you catch us for Tier 1, Tier 3, all tomorrow, on the Twitch. 100 followers now, so now we can rely on that, I guess, but 100 followers with that, and tomorrow is Tier 3 and Tier 1. Tier 2 is on Sunday, make sure you tune into that, and it should be interesting to see what goes on. Anyways, we are on to... Yeah, that's true. We are on to Bahrain still. We're still in Bahrain. And of course, next week for Tier 4 is at Zandvoort. So it should be very interesting to see for the first time we go to that racetrack on GSR. It'll be a new racetrack for GSR, so it should be very interesting to see what goes on. And I'm glad to see you guys watching. Glad to see you join me, Map Racer. And we'll see you guys next time as well for tomorrow's races and Sunday. And we'll see you next week for Tier 4 Zandvoort. We'll see you then.